Hello, hello everyone. Welcome, Skylar. I am just gonna wait for everybody to come join. I hope everyone's been having a good time. I know this has been a pretty rough week, but I hope everybody's doing okay. I'm just gonna throw stuff up on Twitter to let people know that I'm streaming while everybody comes in. Greetings, Jalix. How are you doing today? Hi, M. How are you doing, M? Also, Skylar, you did, was Poob how you're doing? Tweet this out. Still drawing, Jalix? What are you drawing? Well, that's fine, M. You know, just glad to have you here. I am doing quite well, actually. I've been kind of having a very chill day. I think I needed a few days break after the way this week's gone. Just trying to catch up on some videos, trying to catch up on some stuff, get it all in a place where maybe I can just take a day off one of these days. Not like not upload a video, but like just get ahead enough to make sure that I can just rest for a full day, not have to look at stuff. Yeah, it gets to be a lot sometimes, but I'm here. I'm good. Let's see. And we are... Oh, you know what? I tweeted that out and I didn't put the link. That is smart. Let me delete that super quick. Oh, thank you, Skylar. I'm glad that you've been enjoying the videos. Also, we're good on sound and stuff because I'm gonna let people have another minute or two to come in. Awesome. Glad to know that's going well. We are good on the Twitter front. Everyone on the server is made aware. Discord is set for no notice. I think we are good. So I'll give it like one more minute for everybody to come join. Hey Google, welcome. How are you doing this lovely Sunday for me, and whatever day it is for you if you're that far into the future? I don't know if you're that far in the future yet. I've got my Earl Grey tea as usual. Good, good. See, then you do get the full Sunday Staxel experience. Oh, I let that steep extra long. That is very bitter, and I love that. I think we can jump in. Y'all ready? We gotta finish this cloud house. Your armpit deep in screening ship speed calculations. Are you doing, Hearts of Iron? Yeah. Remind me, later. I found a good strategy for the anarchists in Spain to actually invade Britain successfully. Yeah, actually, there are anarchists in, yes, there are anarchists in Hearts of Iron 4. The Spanish get an option to either split off during the Civil War to be the, communists, the Republic, or the, anarchists. And it's absolutely amazing. See. I gotta figure out this roof situation. But yeah, as the anarchist, there's a way that you can invade the United Kingdom very easily. And basically join the, not join the Axis powers, as in, like, actually join the fascism, but join the Axis powers in conquering the United Kingdom and get such a strategic advantage in the conflict that you actually take the United Kingdom and all of their colonies and liberate them. And the level of militarization you can get with that allows you to pretty much steamroll France and Italy and Germany. Absolutely fascinating. Did I break? I broke something I did not mean to break. Oopsies. Let's just put that there for now. You're making a World War II game, Skylar? That's pretty neat. I love the fact that you're being creative and trying to create a game. It's a lot of hard work. Yeah, for real. I mean, even if it's on Roblox. Yeah, I would check that out with you if you made it. Well, that sounds pretty cool. I'm glad you're putting your energy into something creative. Oh yeah, I saw you streaming that on the Discord. That's what you were doing, right? Like the pictures you showed off? Yeah. I mean, when I catch a break, I would definitely love to check it out with you. I'm just gonna tear this whole ceiling up and can redo the ceiling from scratch. I don't need these green bricks right now. This can go, like, right over here for now. What else I got? This little... No, that can't go on there? Okay. There we go. We have... a hill rush game mode. That's cool. Lucid, hey, how are you doing? That's good to hear. I am sitting here just trying to finish off Cloud House. Just restructuring the roof now. Oh, look at that. That was beautiful. That whole roof just came down at once. Thank you. I'm trying to make it, you know, halfway decent. It does look like a snow house, but I like that too. I think it gives a nice wintry effect. Let's just throw these here. Also, at some point, I'm gonna have to get the toilet paper out of that spot. Do I want to tear this wall down or replace it? No, I don't. I have more. Yeah, I have 500 of those. That's because I want to keep our spider friends. Where is the cobweb anyway? I didn't even see it. Oh, that one? Yeah. We have to keep our spider friends. Yeah, spiders are friends. They keep out the other insects that would cause us harm. I actually think spiders are actually genuinely adorable creatures, so... I know that's not exactly the most popular opinion, but I love them. Moths are pretty awesome, not gonna lie. You have to send me a picture of a poodle moth. I'm not aware of them, what they look like. That is absolutely true, Em. Spiders do have a very interesting position in terms of the world and the way that they're looked at by the world. Did I cover that? I think I will have to extend these tiles by one more, but that's okay. Yeah, otherwise that looks kind of weird. But we'll fix it. It's all a work in progress. 1, 2, 3. Yep. We'll go that way with it. And we'll take this door right here. Boom. Bathroom is a bathroom, except for the floor right here. Hello, Lorelei. Lorelei, is that how it's pronounced? Welcome. How are you doing today? I am indeed keeping the bathroom. I'm making it a nice house. I am having a wonderful time working on my cloud house. With it being a pretty rough week, I just want to take some time and chill. I am unaware of why that turned into an emoji. I have to feed my animal friends. That is a thing I have to do. Can put all our roof stuff over here for now. Let's see, white brick pathway. Oh, I only have 3 left, really? Okay, I have 5 left. I just want to see if it would look better if I did that, or if it would look awkward on the other side. No, it does not look awkward on the other side. Yeah, I gotta extend that 1 more in each direction. "2020 was a rough year, and 2021's been a rough week." Yeah. It never gets dull here in the late in 2020, the 2020s, right? Like we are just gonna keep on bringing on the hits. But right now we've got a chill Sunday Staxel stream where we're building a cloud house made of happy thoughts. Oh, you did mean month. Okay. My bad. Oh, that's a different white brick pathway. That's cool, though. You are plenty funny, Em. You've made some really good jokes. You have good pun game. Oh, hush, Jalix. You're funny, too. Ooh, Skylar, we will get into that. We will get into that, for sure. I think, Lorelei, I think what it really boils down to is I don't think they did think. That's kind of the point. That typically is how fascism tends to function. You erase thought. You don't tend to think. You tend to just act. And by acting first, you eventually, you know, if you keep slamming this, you know, the circle peg into the square hole, eventually it fits. Mostly because you just broke everything. But, you know, that's pretty much the logic behind it. If you can call that logic, really. I'm sure they want to do a lot of things. Skylar, I don't know why you go there. I'm just gonna be real. But Base Cat, I'm trying to do work in the house. I love this game. How do you pronounce your name? Is it Schmliff? Schmliff? How would you like me to call you? In any case, I welcome you, and I hope that you are having a lovely time. There we go. Bathroom. We can go get the toilet paper from the other room now. Wait, why can't that go on the wall? Oh, because I had it backwards. There we go. And we can fill this in. Do you have a clip of that, Lorelei? Because that is something that I legit would love to see. Just because if I don't laugh at it, I'm gonna cry with stuff like that. The president of your country legit said that COVID-19 vaccine will turn you into an alligator. It is not true, Skylar. Oh, it's true that someone did say it? Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. This is a corner now, so we can switch this with the other type of... with the beams. Yeah, that's looking good. There were horrible TikToks of people getting Tourette's with the vaccine. Are they... You mean they're pretending to get Tourette's because they took the vaccine? Is that supposed to be funny? I like the way this house has come out. Do we want to keep the kitchen an open floor plan, or, do we want to put up a barrier between the kitchen No, that is completely ableist, and yeah, definitely very mean. Keep it open. No walls. I just want to take a look at what it would look like. Who has a door to their kitchen? Well, I wouldn't put a door specifically. I'd probably just put like a thing like this. Like with a frame. Ooh, I could. You know, J-Lux, that's actually a really good idea. Kind of put the counters in to like create like that open window look. Let's see what that looks like. Can go grab some kitchen counters. Whee! Because when I go to the store, I go hard. I go parkour. Let's see. Kitchen counters, kitchen counters. It's probably at the other store, isn't it? It's definitely at the other store. Yeah. Let's see. It's a shame you can't store stuff in the kitchen counters. That would be nice. School starts again tomorrow for you. Are you excited? Yeah, I feel like that's kind of a late start after New Year. Something like this, right? And then we can move the fridge, because that's kind of awkward and weird. Do it the other way and make it like a breakfast bar. I wish they would just let the counter be flat kind of thing. Maybe we could experiment with it, right? Like, I just need to get a roof going. I don't believe there are corner counters. Okay, that's not what I was trying to do. Kind of thinking instead of doing it like that. Even just bringing the entrance over like this. Yeah, something like that. So you walk in and... I think that's a pretty cool design choice. Again, I just wish the counters looked flat, you know? I mean, it's got the same wood color for the most part. I think it's good enough. Now let's place some beams here. And then we can move towards getting the roof going. So how's everybody doing in terms of self-care after everything that's happened this past week? Because I feel like this has been a lot, right? Like the way that the Capitol got stormed and everything. You know, a lot of people are trying to cover it and figure out the immediate details. I guess one of the things that I've been really concerned with is how people are handling it and responding to it. So I want to throw that out to you all. Like, how are you all doing with this information? What's going through your head? Jalix says I'm doing pretty good, didn't faze me much. Skylar says there's gonna be more violence. I mean, we'll see. You know, unfortunately, we can't really predict whether or not it's all talk or whether it'll actually happen, right? Lucid. It's interesting on the radio news that they actually call them terrorists. I feel like terrorists has just become... And not that that's not a good thing, and not that it's not positive that the media is trying to portray it as such, but I feel like terrorist honestly still misrepresents what they did. It's a positive shocking, but I still think it's a misrepresentation. Like, it was full-blown insurrection as far as I'm concerned. Lorelai feels sad that Trump isn't getting arrested for the whole inciting violence thing. They were talking about impeachment. Jalix, I agree, incredibly incompetent insurrection, but insurrection nonetheless. I feel like terrorism has just there's a certain image in mind, and I feel like this takes it in a whole different direction. Whatever you want to call it at the end of the day, I'm not gonna sit here and like fight over the semantics of it. But we all know that this was pretty messed up. Lorelai, why do you feel sad about Trump not getting arrested? Like, what is that? Where's that coming from for you? You don't think it's fair? Yeah, there's been a lot of issues around speech that I think a lot of people are really going to have to address. You know, you've got this situation where somebody incited violence with their speech, but there's an obsession with free speech in the United States, right? So how do you reconcile people's obsession with that phrasing, right, of free speech with that? Because a lot of the people who are in favor of what happened are going to sit there and defend their idea of free speech, which is the ability to incite violence, and has been. I think that's where my mind is on it. Google says I'm a little bit worried about more violence too. There have been a bunch of calls of action on the 17th, but I'm trying to internalize the view that the Fash have proven incompetence. Otherwise, I'm generally a pretty asocial place in my sort of emotional cycle. Yeah. There's a lot of fear, I think, you know, but the fact that they're calling for it online, I mean, I don't know if that means that they're bold or if they're foolish, honestly. Like, I don't know if they really think, I mean, that's the thing, right? You're saying they, Skylar, but who's the they? It's people talking a lot. Is it a bunch of people talking a lot on these sites and just trying to posture and be like, look at me, I'm gonna do it better, I'm gonna do it, you know, and I'm gonna be the hero this time, I'll outdo them? Or is it people who are actually going to try to organize this? And the fact is, we don't know. The same people on the 6th? Well, a bunch of them got arrested, so it can't be the exact same people. Not across the board. And I'm not trying to downplay the fear, right? Like, I get where you're coming from. They got the guy that was calling himself a shaman. They got the guy who put his feet on Pelosi's desk. They got a few others. They're in detention right now, yeah. A good number of them are in detention right now, of the 100. I mean, honestly, if it had been a leftist rally, it would have been way more, right? Like, those centers would have been filled. I think that's another part of the frustration for me in particular. I mean, we'll see. Right now, I feel like the response that I've been giving all of this is to just sit back and wait and watch. I did see the video of the person who cried getting pepper sprayed. Oh, I'm sorry. I need a minute. That person, what was it, like Elizabeth from, she was like, I'm Elizabeth from whatever, and I got pepper sprayed in the face. We were trying to cause a revolution. Oh my goodness. Has anybody ever played the game Medieval? Because this is what popped into my head. I wonder if I could get away with sharing that clip. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Because that thing... This is exactly what I imagined with her description in my head. Let me see if I can find this. Here it is. Hopefully this, No, this is not it. Okay, maybe this is it. Okay, I think I can get away with showing just a few seconds of this. Should be okay. You got this army charging. First arrow hits the first guy. That's all I thought of every single time. Army's marching, and first arrow hits the first person. That's her getting hit in the face with mace. As they were rushing in. So that was exactly where my brain went. She was lying? I don't know if that makes it funnier or sadder. I did not see the onion in her towel. She rubbed onion in her eye. Hello, Kit, and welcome. Indeed, the onion did deserve better. That sounds like a waste of good food to me. I have to go get food for my animals. Apparently, I don't know where my food disappeared to. It's not in my inventory, right? Let's go feed the animals. Wasted food for internet. And it wasn't even good internet points either, right? We're storming the Capitol. We got a revolution. Oh my goodness. I can't check Discord right now. I'll check it out later. No, I'm just focusing on the game. I can definitely check out the image later. It's okay. Right, I need food for my animals. Because they be... Here's some chicken food. We got some trout food. And we gotta get pet food. I mean, that's true. Her eyes did not look maced at all. But it depends what they were using. Because pepper spray and mace do respond slightly different in the eyes. And the reason that it often turns red like that is the stuff that you buy at a store often has dye in it. Like, it actually will, like, do something to dye the color of the eye a little bit. So I don't know which one the police were using. Either way, it would have irritated and made it red also, but there's a different shade that it can also turn, depending on what chemicals they use. Oscar, get off my property. Let's see, let's start working on this. What color do we want the roof to be? Do we want to stick with the green tiles? Probably be easiest, right? Then we don't gotta spend more money. He's storming the cloud house. Oscar is indeed trying to storm the cloud house. Lucid, that was funny. So do we want to change the roof color? What do we think? Oscar be like, so you say land cannot be owned and yet you don't like when I trample your crops and snoop around your house. Curious. Indeed. You enjoy personal space and your own personal property? I think you actually secretly like capitalism, right? A future quest where I rigged his election? I think I'm just gonna stick with the green roof. I don't know how to roof in this game. This is problematic. Make it a big floofy thing, like the top of the cloud. Oh, you want me to just make the clouds the roof? I mean, that could work. Let's see how this... What do we think? Cloud roof? And I can just maybe... way to get leaves like in Minecraft. A treehouse would be pretty cool, yeah. I need a shovel to... It's messed up. There's no reason to own this type. Yeah. Let's see. Get this nice and messy after we get a base down. If the purpose of... This is actually a really interesting conversation you all are having about the... about the RPG. RPG equals role-playing game. The greatest weapon we have is an RPG. We will role-play into having a better society. Well, technically speaking, all of society is just a role-play where we all agreed on a bunch of rules that a bunch of people wrote down years ago. Right? So... But then a bunch of people take it way too seriously, and if you don't listen to them, they start to get violent. It's like, whoa, dude. It's okay. We don't want to play your game anymore. This is our cloud roof. It's exactly like an RPG, right? A GM that's way too invested. If you go against the rules of the roleplay, we're gonna put you in a room to live for, you know, a long time. The penalty box. Yeah, law is just a giant roleplay where we all pretend to agree on rules. That was snow, yeah. Yeah, Poop should definitely get a musket. I don't think you can craft stuff with the snow. Only with fluffy clouds. Also, and you keep falling inside the house. It turned to winter like 10 in-game days ago. It was last stream. Yeah, I don't tend to play a lot of shooting games. Google and JLX. Like I'll play them on occasion, but not really my jam in terms of games. I don't think Pathologic counts as a shooter. I feel like it's more of a role play that happens to have a shooting mechanic. Like, a lot of the games can have shooting as an element without it being a shooter. And also the revolver's optional in that game. Like, I didn't end up getting it. What's not optional in that game is getting access to herbs and trying to heal people. I did not play further, no. I mean, I figure that, you know, you're gonna have to heal people moving forward. Oh, you get scared with Among Us? Yeah. Like, sometimes the jump scares in that game can be a little surprising. Like, you're just trying to do a task, and then somebody's like, "Rant," and you're gone. When the imposter is sus indeed. That moment of tension when the person you think is the imposter actually starts walking up behind you. I mean, I'm always sus because I'm always the one playing as red when we play. So yeah, I am definitely sus all the time. I know communism scares people. Looks like we almost got a snow roof. I also wear a uniform. It is okay, Google. No. The uniform is a revolutionary uniform, okay? Nothing suspicious about that at all. The landlord is Oscar. What if I just piled the snow up like they were shingles or whatever? And just made it like a step-up thing. Could try that, see how that comes out. Make it irregular shaped. Let's see how it comes out. With a mushroom head like a thundercloud? I don't even know how I would do that. Oh, you want like one mound here or there kind of thing? I was just gonna step it up and then like kind of make it like a... Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Google. That I could basically, do something like this. Maybe a bit more regular. Let's see what happens. I'm just gonna keep stepping it up then and see how it looks. I'm probably gonna have to go grab more clouds. No, I mean like from downstairs. Take care, Lorelei. Thank you for coming by. Definitely have a nice week, Lorelei. It was lovely having you here today. Yeah, I'm kind of liking how this looks stepped up like that. Let's see how long we can make that happen. Oops. Oh, the music kind of chilled out. I know I say this like every stream, but the music in this game is so chill. You kind of don't like the wooden beams? You want me to replace them with more fluffy clouds? Yeah, we can definitely think about the beams after. There are indeed not light gray clouds that I'm aware of. There might be some like light gray blocks. We can come up with some ideas, I'm sure. That's right. Just making sure. Oh, one thing that if I can take a moment to just promote is I finally got a Patreon set up. The link should be in the description below if anybody's ever feels in a place to donate. I have a thing for single donations and for the Patreon setup. So, progress with the channel. Looking forward to that. Also, if you're someone new who hasn't come by, definitely feel free to subscribe to the channel. Check out the Discord, follow me on Twitter, depending on where you've come in from. There's no obligation. There's no obligation, Jalix. I just wanted to announce it for anybody out there. Again, definitely no obligation. I will keep trying to make good content and put things out there. I just thought it was exciting news because setting that up was a thing. So yay, good news. I do indeed have one. Which I think is pretty awesome. You know, I've been very happy with the channel and the Discord especially. Community has been real nice in terms of information and sharing and everything. Welcome, Jay. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty well. Tutor, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Oh, we were talking a bit about the capital. And the situation that happened there. Yeah, but I was trying to come at it from less of the perspective of, you know, what happened and, you know, all the details, and more of how are we doing? Like, how are we as people doing and responding to that in terms of self-care? So I guess I'll throw that out to you, Jay. Like, how are you doing? Because I think that's a part of it that that's often ignored. You know, when these kind of events happen, you know, there's a scramble to get to the details. There's a scramble to get, you know, on the ground what's happening, and that's important, right? But how we respond in terms of our own emotional care and self is important as well. It's annoying seeing what certain people are saying. What in particular is annoying you, if anything? From which perspective? Because there's a lot of people saying a lot of stuff out there. They were just they were not just protesting. That's been one of the infuriating ones for me, right? Number one, conservatives making excuses, blaming it on Tifa, saying BLM during the summer was worse. You know, that's something that I cannot wrap my head around. How I feel like there's just a disconnect, and I can't tell if it's purposeful with that or whether or not it's something that they just don't like. Is it something purposeful where they're like, oh, it's Antifa, or is it a disconnect from reality where they have associated with Antifa being so bad and BLM being so bad in their own conscious minds that they cannot fathom that what happened was their own faction, and that there's some sort of disconnect there and just disjointed reality. I really wish I knew, because this was so clearly not Antifa and BLM. For one, Antifa and BLM wouldn't have botched it that bad, right? And for two, the cops would have been on us so hard. There have been people in Sweden who've been entertaining the idea that it was Antifa. I mean, do they even know what Antifa is? Like, we're literally the ones that are supposed to stop the fascists. It's amazing how there's been this spin to turn what is essentially an organization designed to stop this kind of oppression and spin it as the oppressors themselves. They wouldn't let BLM protesters within a mile of the White House. Meanwhile, the rioters on Wednesday were let in. Yeah, the insurrectionists were completely let in. That clip where you see the police move the barricade to the side, that's the one I can't even fathom. Jay, I highly recommend, if you haven't seen my video describing the difference between the left and right, I kind of address a lot of those points. Definitely worth taking a look if those are where your concern are, but I have no issue talking about them again. The force the vote people who are jealous of this particular situation, I can't understand what they think they would have accomplished either. That is not who we are in terms of doing things like this. If the left was going to try to do something like that, we need to be not emulating the right in terms of this at all. And the force the vote crowd is not really my jam anyway. For a number of reasons. Also, yeah, Skylar, they're the party of law and order. That's why they do what they do. Or they did what they did. It literally had the opposite effect. It finished Trump off for good. It would have done the same for progressives. Yeah, probably. Something like that, if it's not actually going to succeed, is going to kill movements. If it's leftist especially. The problem is that on the right, because of the way they deal with a lot of this stuff. It's increased some of their fervor. Someone new joined the Discord? That's cool. Let's see, we're almost done with this roof. Our fluffy cloud roof. What do we think? How's that look? I kind of like it. This little cloud step pyramid thing. Yeah, let's take a look at it from a distance. It's made from clouds, yeah. I think I need to just get rid of one block up there. You have some ideas, Google? This right here. That block was bothering me. Smoothen the corners? How so? Make the center of the main part steeper. Okay. Direct me where to go. I am waiting for your commands, Google. Over here? Scanner is making weird noises. Oh, right, you were scanning your thing. Take this off right here. Like that. I think I'm understanding what you're saying. Something more like that. Yeah, I know the delay is probably making it a little more difficult. The corner. This corner right here. Take that out. Oh. I am back. This corner. Over here. Okay. Like that? And down? You're saying, like, clear out these corners right here? And then down to the edge. Let's see. Like that? What do we think? Does everyone else agree? Looks good. I can do it on all the other corners, though. You agree with whatever Google says. Well, we can try it and see. Make the center steeper. Make it steeper around the center. Like right here. Has anyone here ever read a light novel? A bit out. You're saying something like this? Is that what you're asking for? The first two steps. Down from the ridge. Make them vertical. Yeah, I'm not following. I'm sorry. It's all good. I'm trying to follow. There's a delay. There's a lot going on. I think I'm happy with it. Take away my roof stairs now. Looks chilly. I'll need a fireplace. I think we need to do something about these wooden beams at some point. Because they just kind of stand out. You want to add a layer to the side? Oh, I could just do that and cover the beam like that. Okay, I'm in the water. That's why I'm moving funny. Let's see how this ends up looking. Enjoying hearing Base Cat meow. Feels very homey and sounds so cute. Base Cat is the best cat ever. Light up my house or mobs. There are no mobs in this game, thankfully. Ooh, I like that. Except now I feel obligated to fix the corner situation. The White House. Let's see, shovel, hammer, and snow block. That should fix it. Hammer. Oh, you're fine, Jay. We got sidetracked with this roof anyway. I do not know who that is. Who is Jola? Yeah, I'm really happy with that. With the roof. We've got our little cloud house. Thank you all for the assist on that. Now we need to light this place up because it is dark in here. Oh, this is... yeah. Okay. Wait, why did I only pick up one? Wasn't there a lot on there? Or did I put them out here? Have there been any anti-lockdown protests in my area? I don't think so. I haven't heard of any. Have there been by you, Tutor? Outside your apartment yesterday in Canada, 3 different people had Trump 2025. I'm sorry, Canada wants Trump too now? In, like... Well, there was a Canadian flag at the protest, too, in... Oh, well, not the protest, the insurrection that happened. Sorry, the news media is saying it so much, it's slipping into my head. He's small enough where he cares what I think. Would you be willing to have a chat with him if I could bring it to his attention? Yeah, for sure, Jay. Like, I'd definitely be wanting to chat with a progressive like that. Actually, I think I just want to use the magic lights to light the house. I think that'd be a nice look. Ooh, I actually really like that. But I think I want to bump that a little bit higher. You think it's spooky? It feels very homey to me. No, I want it to go higher. There we go. Bit too blue. I don't know, it gives it kind of an icy feel. No, I was legit having the why do not place. Okay, I didn't mean to break the whole block there. I should put in some more windows for sure. Put one there. And there. Yeah, I like the icy effect, like... You don't like icy? Oh, geez. Terrifying bathroom. What do you think, Base Cat? I do need a bathtub. True. What's not good for sleeping? Orange light makes your brain think it's evening. It makes you tired? Yeah, that is true. And I definitely need to put in another window somewhere. Do I still have the windows? I have the broken windows. Might have to go buy a window or two. Broken window. Broken windows. Okay, yeah, I gotta go buy. The orange light equals the reason why you always turn off your lights and use a small lamp at night. That's really smart, honestly. What? Why are you handing... You want me to just build some random person a house because I built mine? Can't trust government to get anything done. Mayor's just like, here you go. Do my job. Thanks. Let's see how our animal friends are doing. Let's see. Comrade Cookie Cow, Ida, Beaker. Wow, you guys went through. I have to collect your eggs and stuff. I can deal with building this other person's house later. I'm just glad this is set up now. Right, Base Cat? Oh, look how cute Base Cat is. I should fill this back in also. Grass will probably spread to that real soon. And we have accomplished a mission. Oh, right. We were supposed to do the windows. I have 2 ranch windows. I completely forgot. My brain slipped right past into, I'm done. I don't have to do anything else right now. Also, Jay, are you still there or no? Wanted to ask you something about your perspective on things. Yeah, what do you, like, make of the forced to vote people who are kind of jealous? Like, what do you think of that whole perspective? With them, what do they think they're trying to accomplish? Not with Force the Vote itself, but with their response to the insurrection at the Capitol. Pocket bed, don't fail me now. Some of them are just bad people. And others you think are incapable of thinking for themselves. It's been really hard to see certain people that I feel like should know better just kind of slip into that trap. And I'm not familiar with like a lot of the people that are in that movement. They've never been really people that I tend to follow. But I get a lot of like the retweets on Twitter from people who are retweeting a lot of names, and I'm just not familiar with everybody. Like, there's a lot to keep up with. Welcome back, Skylar. And honestly, the whole voting, force the vote thing has left a sour taste in my mouth the entire time, honestly. Especially the way Door handled things and continues to handle things. And it's just unsurprising to me that there are other people with kind of the same issues. Door's on Parlor now? Are you serious? I mean... What are they trying to do? Some sort of left-right alliance thing? Like, what is he trying to accomplish? More tea. Yes. Hearing that Door is on Parlor is a requirement for more tea. The fact that Congress has any power over whether the election results are implemented is insane. You're absolutely right, Google. The idea that they had to even vote on... The whole system in the US is just a complete mess. First, people vote. Then the vote goes to the state. The state picks who gets to vote. And when the state does that, they have a say as a state, not as individuals, to vote in another system, which then each particular state gets to have their vote decided if it's valid or not by the Congress itself, in which people have already been voted in. And I get there's supposed to be some sort of semblance of checks and balances, but I feel like what the point of it all was originally has been so lost and so confused that none of it makes sense anymore. You literally had a conversation today with someone who said there was no downsides to force the vote. If Jimmy Dore's on Parlor, I hope that starts to convince people on the left that he was never on our side. He has been and will continue to be a reactionary pretending to be a leftist. I don't even think he's just a grifter. I think he's flat out someone who is at best centered, who is in it for himself. I mean, I guess that makes him a grifter, right? Like, but I think it's so much worse than that because of the way he brands himself and because of the way he attacks. There are grifters who manage to do good things. I don't think I've ever heard of Jimmy Dore doing an actual useful thing. Window. He's a Republican. I mean, yeah, pretty much. I need to get a bathtub in here. People thinking all these private media companies banning Trump's dangerous censorship. Oh, God, yeah. Need another swig of tea for that one. This has been me everything you're expressing right now, Jay, has been me internally all week decompressing off of all of this stuff. So if I'm pausing a lot, like, it's because this is emotionally exhausting. And I want to have the conversation, right? It's important, but there is a level where it's still kind of exhausting to talk about because the positions don't make sense. No, Jay, you're not stressing me out. You are not the one stressing me out. It's people having these perspectives. The fact is that when you're in a situation where you have somebody inciting violence, inciting that level of attack and hate speech, and trying to create that, it is no longer free speech. Free speech has consequences. And when you reach the point where it's inciting that level of violence, it is no longer a censorship issue. It is just no longer a censorship issue. Is there a conversation to be had about how big tech is able to control conversations? Yeah. Is Trump where we should be having that conversation? Not at all. You can accept both of those realities. Modding someone who is causing distress and harm is not a censorship issue. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I think I want to do that and just continue the trend all the way down. Let me just catch up on chat as soon as I'm done with this. Yeah, that looks good. I actually like that idea that Google had to cut the corners off. Just wanted to make it... I am really happy with this house. Good work, team. Let me catch up. So again, Jay, I just want to reiterate, you are not the one stressing me out. It's these perspectives, and this is important to talk about. And I'm not even, like, stressed. It's just... It's frustrating, you know? It's frustrating seeing people who are supposed to be on our side not have our back. And not understand the consequences of what they're trying to put out there. I should fill this in at some point. This was my plan to trap Oscar. Speaking of stopping the fash. Let's see. Who do you think's most likely to take over the leadership of the openly fascist faction of the Republican Party? Josh Hawley. Josh Hawley is terrifying. He has all of the charisma that Trump lacks. And has been Trump's, like, lackey through all of this. Let me actually talk about this. Let me switch. I am going to pull up who he is. I'll just pull up the wiki. That should suffice, I think. This is Josh Hawley. Watch out for him. The U.S. Senator from Missouri. He's been one of the major senators who's been backing Trump through all of this. And his positions and beliefs across the board line up with Trump's. Hawley's been characterized as a Trump loyalist. He voted to acquit Trump during the second impeachment trial. He accused Democrats of having abused the Constitution by stating the impeachment inquiry, declaring that it was first purely partisan impeachment in our history. The day after the Republican-held Senate acquitted Trump, Trump praised Hawley as having been a key role in his acquittal. The soundtrack really does not match the topic. That dissidence, though, you know, that's our reality. Yeah. He has the look, he has the charisma, and he has the charm to fool a lot of people. He is someone to watch out for. And honestly, there are Democrats right now, including AOC, calling for Hawley and Ted Cruz to resign. And that would be the greatest thing this country could do for all of our sakes right now. He is a potential presidential candidate in 4 years. I'm calling that right now. On January 6, 2021, hours after pro-Trump rioters stormed the U.S. Capitol, Hawley voted in support of the objections to the electoral votes for Arizona and Pennsylvania. The Senate rejected these objections by votes of 93-6 and 92-7, respectively. Hawley was widely condemned for his conduct leading up to and following the riot and has faced multiple calls for his removal, resignation across the political spectrum. I think we could forward playing a little bit of... Do you want me to go into this a little bit more, or do you want to get back to the game? Everyone. Because people were calling for his resignation after. Talk more? Okay. Let's...
States of America, we cannot say emphatically enough, violence is not how you achieve change. Violence is not how you achieve something better. Our Constitution was built and put into place so that there would be, in the words of Abraham Lincoln, no appeal from ballots to bullets.
So he's condemning all this, right? Like, he's condemning all of what's going on. But at the same time, he still voted in the same way. He still proposed that all of this stuff is fake and all this other stuff. And you can just hear the way that he was going through. The Constitution was put into place through a war. That's true.
Unfortunately attempted tonight. There is no place for that in the United States of America. And that's why I submit to my colleagues that what we're doing here tonight is actually very important. Because for those who have concerns about the integrity of our elections, those who have concerns about what happened in November, this is the appropriate means. This is the lawful place where those objections and concerns should be heard. This is the forum that the law provides for, our laws provide for those concerns to be registered, not through violence, not by appealing from ballots to bullets, but here in this lawful process. And so to those who say that this is just a formality today, an antique ceremony that we've engaged in for a couple of hundred years, I can't say that I agree. I can't say that our precedents suggest that. I actually think it's very vital what we do. The opportunity to be heard, to register objections is very vital, because this is the place where those objections are to be heard and dealt with, debated, and finally resolved.
I think a lot of what Hawley is able to do is somehow in this whole situation, and why I think I personally find him to be so frightening, is that he was able to just twist the whole thing and say, nonviolence is, the approach that we should be using. We should be using the institution. We should be utilizing the law and order. Remember, keep that in mind. And then still signal to people that the votes are fraudulent, that everything else is there. So he's managed to keep this position where he's respectable in the eyes of everyone here, while at the same time calling out to anybody who's against it and saying, this is where things need to happen and you need to do what you need to do. There's a lot of back and forth. And a lot of the fascists that I have come across, when they look for signs and signals, they tend to focus on the idea of nonviolence when they say those things, as understanding full well that what they mean is be as violent as possible, but I can't say it because respectability. But I'm signaling to you that you're right. I'm signaling to you that what you did was right. And he was able to twist this in a way very quickly. We're only a minute 30 in order to create that level of disconnect. They know that the politicians can't say everything. And they will take the words of nonviolence in front of a public audience like this and twist it. And you can hear how he speaks and whatever. This is someone to watch out for. The way he's able to articulate himself and maneuver the political scene is frightening. He is Trump, but articulate. He is Trump, but on point. And that's why I think he's someone to watch out for. And I don't know if you want to hear more, but I feel like I that minute 30 that I played was kind of adequate. Trump without scalp reduction surgery. He's intelligent. He's able to play the system. He's able to play the game. Oh, okay. I just kicked something under my desk. Just checking what that was. Let me catch up with chat, though. Because I do feel like I want to do that. Also, music kicked back in, so good timing. Let's see, what else did people say? So yeah, Tudor, I hope that answered your question adequately on who I think that might take the lead. He's part of the poisonous idea of anti-establishment. It's an actual ideology, not a blurry... Alberto, I definitely agree completely that, Door's position as anti-establishment kind of creates this idea. Like, anti-establishment is not a position in and of itself. Anti-establishment is a representation of a position that people both on the left and the right take. But it is not in and of itself a position. And I think you're absolutely right in addressing the fact that Door doesn't see a difference. If you're against the system, he's fine with this left-right alliance crap. And I'm sorry, that's not gonna work. That's not who we are as leftists. You're gonna find that anybody who thinks that that kind of left-right alignment could possibly happen is gonna end up on the fash side of things. They're not gonna keep that level of humanity that we require as leftists. Google says there's a Swedish MP who was like, Apple wants to control what apps I have. This is a threat to democracy because the state bought him an iPhone and Apple wants to make iOS compatible with Parler. I mean, the truth of the matter is, first of all, that perspective is really bizarre to me because Apple's a private company, of course, and it's not a threat to democracy. And honestly, just buy an Android, you can sideload apps. Like, that's what the advantage of an Android really is at the end of the day also. You can sideload anything. But that doesn't mean that Google, for example, as a private company, has to adhere to having certain things that are based around hate in their store. And you're taking a risk every time you sideload something. It's about, and I agree with you, it's about deplatforming right-wing extremists who are organizing coups. You know, this free speech issue has just been absolutely frustrating. People just are defending this idea of free speech as this so absolute thing. And free speech is important, right? Like, I'm not trying to say, oh, we should just get rid of free speech. But there comes a point where the speech incites a level of hate, violence, and aggression where it is no longer actually speech, it is actually violence. And I don't know how to draw that line across the board, but we've definitely done crossed that a while ago. Let's see. Do you think Tom Cotton has a chance at joining the leadership of the Republicans? I need to remind myself who Tom Cotton is again. I actually don't know anything about Tom Cotton. Oh, he rejects that systemic racism's in the criminal justice system. So yeah, probably. I mean, he'd probably get a seat at the table. One of the only Republicans more fashy than Hawley. Then, if he's more fashy than Hawley, then by all means, he'll probably end up at the table. Also, Kit had said we're just learning about the Constitution at school. Kit, what are you learning about the Constitution? Like, what's going on with that? What are you thinking of learning about it? This reminds me of something I read today. There needs to be a voice on the left that picks up discontented people. What do you think Google a voice on the left that picks up discontented people would look like? Contented, but also disconnected. True. There needs to be many voices on the left which combined spans as much as possible the spectrum of the disaffected, disconnected, and disillusioned people. I agree with you. Like, we can't centralize in one person. We need a lot of people. A lot of voices. Kit, you learned about the history of the first 10 amendments and stuff and did presentations. What do you think of the 10 amendments? Do you think they're useful? Like, what's your perspective on that? Jay, I've been trying to find a name for what I've been calling the Jimmy Dore left. I was like near progressives, but that sounds too much like a good thing somehow. For sure. I don't know what to call them either, honestly. And the thing is, I've seen actual anarchists be like, oh yeah, Jimmy Dore's right. And I'm like, in what way? In what way? Yeah, I actually like that, Alberto. Anti-establishment without ideology. You know, it's almost got this edginess and radicalness to it without having a purpose or a point. Have we finished the museum? Is that something I actually took care of? I don't think I ever actually finished this. That's why I can't go. 2 large fish displays, 2 small bug displays. I thought I ordered those. Actually, come to think of it, where is my shipping stuff? Back here. I did order the things. Okay. I thought so. You might need to look at the project again, but we did a thing where we voted on amendments we thought were more important than others. So which amendments did you think were most important? Jimmy Dore himself was okay with Tulsi dropping Medicare for all in favor of a different healthcare plan. The Dore Gabbard crowd is incoherent. Yeah, and he'll still insist to this day that that was... Oh, well, I actually supported Bernie Sanders, but, you know, I was okay with Tulsi Gabbard. But that's not what the clip's read as, at all. And we have museum-based requirements. So where is... Where is... Map. There we go. Your museum is done. Hey, we can finally get some fossils. When do I think Tulsi will join the GOP? I have no idea. Yeah, the zip tie guy was arrested. I have not seen Tulsi on Dave Rubin at all. Yeah, I love these windows on the museum too. I just need to get it a little brighter in here, honestly. Hey, we have a fossil. You just have to go through the naval history of Spain, Sweden, Turkey, Uruguay, the US, Venezuela, and Yugoslavia. Then you can play again. Why are you going through all those naval histories? Also, what happened on Dave Rubin's show with Tulsi Gabbard when she was on there during the Capitol riot? Because I didn't see the clip at all. Like, I don't really watch Rubin, honestly. Because they have to have an accurate slate of ships available in 1936, of course. You are definitely a nerd, and I love you for it. It was for human rights, not amendments, Kit. Yeah, I generally try to avoid Rubin for a number of reasons. So tomorrow we should be able to go get to the witch. But I'm gonna start dealing with some of these fossils. We have 87 fossils. so we can start popping those out. And that's gonna take a minute, so... I'm not surprised about the, both sidesing. There's been so much both sidesing of things. I don't know, I just... I personally feel a little lost as a leftist in a lot of the stuff that we're going through politically. Kit says, if the planet got abducted by aliens and they gave us a list of rights, what would be the top 10 most important to us? That sounds like a really cool project, right? It really makes you think about, like, what's the most important things to you? Lucid, you said you're happy that I'm talking, don't feel sorry. There's just a lot going on with the left right now that I don't know where... Oh, to Kit? Yeah, you don't have to apologize. You're welcome to talk here. That is true, being shy is valid. But also definitely feel like... I want you to feel like this is a safe space for you to express what you want to express, so... But I don't know, just being a leftist right now feels uncomfortable because there's been so many people... Like, when I've talked about how the Democrats getting some sort of power was beneficial to us as leftists, the level of pushback I got, like, I literally got called a lib for it. And it's like... I can acknowledge a situation and that is better and still not be like, this is the end all of our goals. And it just feels like the level of nuance that the left is supposed to have is disappearing sometimes. And it scares me. And I feel like there's a reactionary group of us that's starting to follow people like Door and moving in the direction of trying to push us further right from my understanding and perspective of things. And it's uncomfortable. I don't know if anyone else has experienced anything like that recently or whatever. With conversations you've had where it's just this very reductionist, if you support the Dems at all, you're a liberal. Or, you know, if you deal with electoralism at all, you're a liberal. And if you bring up nuance and if you bring up other things from certain other progressives, it's like, oh no, you should just force the vote. And I guess I'm just feeling a little lost at who really has our back in terms of trying to make better changes for the world. Most people are just so dishonest and bad faith. The vast majority of FTV conversations I've had, every reservation I had into, you just simp AOC, love the status quo, hate poor people, etc. Yeah, that's... Can we talk about how much AOC's actually done, though, in the short span of time that she's been in office? Like, I feel like... Has anybody else seen... Yeah, they throw stuff out like that. But has anybody seen the thing she posted on Twitter? Hold on, I am tempted to temporarily. Can I mute this super quick? I can. Has anybody seen the clip that she posted for her first 2 years in office and how much she accomplished? Like I want to pull this up. Bear with me 1 minute. She has done more in her first 2 years than most candidates do in their entire lives for people. So just let me pull this up. Jimmy Dore faction consistently acts if bigotry is synonymous with working class culture. You are absolutely right, Tudor. And the reason that I just paused is because it is absolutely frustrating to see that level of elitism come out of the left because we are supposed to be the people of the working class. It is literally the antithesis of what we are supposed to represent. But I am going to pull this clip up. I have the clip up. I am going to run to the bathroom super quick so I can, actually focus. And then we can check out what AOC did over the first 2 years and talk about it. Be right back. The Jimmy Dore faction consistently acts as if bigotry is synonymous with working class culture. They rarely have a principled objection to cancel culture. They just take the right wing position on most cultural issues. I mean, the thing is also, cancel culture is a position of the right, typically. What they're doing is double speaking us completely. They act like McCarthyism hasn't existed. They act like it wasn't people of color who were constantly pushed to the side historically and had their voices silenced. They act as if people who are working every single day are not constantly crushed under and have their voices crushed under the perspectives of their bosses. You have had a history of, landlords convincing tenants to vote for a certain candidate or pushing in that direction. You know, cancel culture has been a tool used against most people in this country for a long time, the actual cancel culture. And now that we're fighting back and trying to actually make a claim and say, no, we deserve to have rights too, we deserve respect, they have called what they do to us cancel culture. Like, they have completely flipped the script on us and double speaked us. It is absolutely, atrocious. Us speaking up is now cancel culture, but when they did it to us, when the wealthy people were doing it to us, when the people in positions of power were doing it to us and saying, oh, socialism, if you even mention it, the FBI is going to show up at your house. COINTELPRO, the whole thing. Where was it then? Where was the free speech crowd then? That's my question. So, Tudor, I am completely on board with you with that. Ben Burgess is the only leftist I know who consistently expressed principled objections to cancel culture without blindly adopting the right-wing framing of the issue. I'd be very interested to hear what that expression is. But I want to take a look at what AOC has to say quick. Because this clip, what she's done in these 2 years, again, outweighs what most politicians have done in their whole careers, as far as I'm concerned.
Hey everyone, so I have been seeing progressive officials around the world do this challenge where we try to squeeze in all of the accomplishments from the last 2 years in 2 or 3 minutes. And since I'm coming to the end of my first term in office, I thought we'd try to do the same. So 2 years in 2-ish minutes. So let's set the clock. Let's try to do it. Ready? All right, let's go. This term, we successfully passed legislation to move $5 million to treatment for opioid addiction, with funds shifted from the DEA, $10 million in funds to clean up toxic bombardment sites in Vieques, Puerto Rico that were getting...
That is so important right there. Both of those. Right off the bat, more care than most people give. Oh yeah, none of this matters because she didn't force the vote. You know, treating the opioid crisis in this country, which is constantly ignored, and pushed to the side. They're ready to arrest people when, you know, when they have to steal to deal with their, you know, addiction and everything like that. They're ready to throw people under the bus then they'll give it lip service, but they don't actually care. And the Vieques issue is super important. They were testing and causing a lot of damage there. And I don't have the emotional energy to go into the full story of Vieques and what they were doing there. But that's been an issue for years.
Getting people sick. I repealed the Fair Cloth Amendment in the House, which paves the way for the U.S. to build more public housing for the first time in decades. Passed legislation in the House to ban funds going to the transfer of lethal military equipment to Bolivia. Introduced more amendments than 90% of freshman lawmakers in the House. I authored and introduced the Green New Deal with Senator Ed Markey and secured 115 House and Senate co-sponsors on it. Regional versions of the Green New Deal were also adopted by 10 local governments, including the state of New Mexico and cities of Austin, Los Angeles, New York City, Boston, and more. We unveiled the Green New Deal for public housing, which would invest up to $180 billion over 10 years and create up to 250,000 jobs per year nationwide. I authored the Just Society suite of bills, which would modernize the federal poverty standard, make immigrants eligible for social safety programs, require federal contractors to pay $15 an hour, strengthen tenant protections, and ease reentry for formerly incarcerated citizens. I introduced the Loan Shark Prevention Act with Senator Sanders to cap credit card interest rates at 15%. I called for the bailout for taxi cab drivers targeted in predatory lending schemes and sought tougher oversight in New York City taxi medallion lending. We introduced the COVID-19 Funeral Assistance Act, which would help families get up to $10K in funeral expenses who lost loved ones during the pandemic. I co-sponsored 78 pieces of legislation that passed the House, 14 that were signed into law, and that's before we get to our investigations. During committee hearings, my question lines helped pressure Big Pharma into bringing down the price of PrEP to prevent HIV transmission, exposed TransDigm, a defense contractor, into returning $16.1 million in price gouge profits to the public, pressured Facebook to fact-checking political advertising, and exposed Mark Zuckerberg's dinner parties with radical right-wing figures. We got President Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, to state on the record that President Trump was engaging in tax fraud and to name other potential witnesses. We overturned the unjust citizenship question on the census. We stopped the deportation of whistleblowers from the Irwin County Detention Center and traveled to the border to expose abuse of immigrant families in detention and the inhumanity of child separation. I was nominated twice in the Democracy Awards, which was the first time a member of Congress was recognized in 2 categories. At home in the Bronx and Queens, we helped over 1,000 constituents with VA, Social Security, immigration visas, and other federal services, attended over 600 events in the district, hosted 25 town halls, and when our community became the epicenter of the epicenter, we mobilized a full COVID response operation, including 200,000 community check-in calls, 80,000 meals to families in need, 100,000 100,000 masks to teachers, small businesses, and essential workers. We organized and launched a homework helpers program and recruited over 11,000 tutors to offer one-on-one help for kids in remote learning. Raised $1.25 million for local organizations doing COVID relief. Hosted 8 training sessions to teach over 10,000 people how to unionize their workplace, form mutual aid networks, and childcare collectives.
Did you hear that one? That's the one I really want people to focus on when they're looking at AOC.
Businesses and essential.
All of the other stuff has been amazing. Mutual aid networks.
Workers. We organized and launched a homework helpers program and recruited over 11,000 tutors to offer one-on-one help for kids in remote learning. Nice. Raised $1.25 million for local organizations doing COVID relief. Hosted 8 training sessions to teach over 10,000 people how to unionize their workplace. Form mutual aid networks and childcare collectives. That is one of the most underrated and important tools for people to actually be able to organize and get together. If you look at any of the histories of movements throughout Latin America, for example, whenever you had the Sandinistas or any of the other groups in Latin America forming, one of the first things that all of them called for was child care collectives. Because if you're able to make it so that you could have a small section of people taking care of the children of a community and banding together, the freeze frame is something. If you're able to have all the children taken care of, it frees up the responsibility and allows people, especially women, it's almost always women, to be able to go out and organize and perform any necessary actions. Child care collectives almost universally benefit women historically and get them back into being able to mobilize. This freeze frame needs to be made into a meme. Let me, oh, damn it, I lost it. I'll be able to pull it probably from the, VOD. I went to, what's it called, to screen capture it, and I ended up accidentally starting it. Point is, she had mutual aid networks. She pushed for them. She pushed for union organizing. She pushed for child care collectives. These 3 things are the basis of getting people to be able to mobilize and reform communities. And it's also really funny, Google, what you said. She never once quoted Marx verbatim, so she's worthless, right? Maybe we should just force the vote. It is very anarchist, right? As an anarchist, this is why I support her. More people need to be aware of this. But they want to sit there and talk about force the vote, and lose themselves in some sort of electoralism. If she's pushing for mutual aid networks and child care collectives, I am willing to take her word when she says that forcing the vote is not going to help us. When she says that forcing the vote is not something within her power right now, I am going to take her word because she has given me no reason to doubt her. She has pushed our agendas. She has moved in the direction of pushing things to the left. If you want to see us grow, this is how we do it through electoralism. If we have to. Tearing her down is not the problem. If you want to tear down McConnell, you want to talk about the establishment Dems and take down Pelosi, that's fine. But when she says the best way to handle this right now is to back Pelosi, I believe her because she's the one pushing for mutual aid networks. But what has she done for middle-aged white guys who feel their right to be racist is infringed upon? Absolutely nothing, and thankful for that. She's the one who has flat out said that, if you want to push movements and you want to make these things happen, then go out and start organizing. That the Green New Deal was born out of the organizing from 2 years ago. Put pressure on candidates.
But back the ones. Stop stabbing ourselves in the back all the time. That's the thing I can't deal with. That's the thing that frustrates me. You have someone there who says, I want to do good by you, and is proving it time and time again. And the one time she disagrees with your idea, you're going to throw her under the bus and just say, no, electoralism doesn't work and I'm going to stab you in the back. That's how you turn these people right wing. That's how you push them away from us. At the very least, giving the Jimmy Dore left the benefit of the doubt they don't deserve, I'm willing to forgive her for missing out on one strategy. Exactly, Jay. At the very least, if she misses out on this one strategy, that's fine. But for me personally, I'm going to take her at her word. With everything else there. And she's still going. This was supposed to be a 2-minute clip of her trying to name all of her accomplishments. She's at the 3:20 mark and she's still trying to squeeze stuff in.
During COVID and more, we launched a multilingual outreach effort on the census, which brought in over $58 million to our district. On the presidential campaign, I co-chaired the Climate Unity Task Force with Secretary Kerry to help shape President-elect Biden's $2 trillion climate policy. We raised nearly $600,000 for grassroots organizations in Georgia and more than $1.5 million for progressives and swing district Democrats across the country. In my own race, I fended off over $10 million in corporate-backed attacks without taking a single cent from lobbyists, fossil fuel executives, or corporate money. We won, and I was honored to win re-election with nearly 72% of the vote in the highest turnout election that New York 14 has ever seen. Whew, okay, that's not everything we accomplished, but it's still a pretty good list. I ran over, and it would not have been, but none of this would have been possible without you all, your support, small dollar donations, your organizing. These accomplishments are not mine, they are all of ours. And so I thank you so very much. Happy holidays, and let's keep it going to the next year.
And then people wonder why I back her. She was supposed to take 2 minutes, she took 4, and she couldn't even list everything. She couldn't. There's more. That's not even counting all the Amazon stuff that she did to prevent Amazon from taking over New York. She helped organize all that. All the protests against Amazon taking over. And, you know, a lot of people want to be like, oh, Amazon does this and that. Amazon destroys communities when they build their facilities. She's one of the big proponents that kept Amazon out of New York City. And she didn't even mention all that. But no, tell me how Jimmy Dore needs to force the vote. Aaron Perez, welcome. How are you doing today? I had no idea how much good she was instrumental. You know, she's done so much good. She has genuinely done so much good. And she's one member of the House of Representatives. She's not even like a fraction of the power in this country. But if you want to see actual change occur in this country, you need to start primarying people like her. You need to start finding local people who are actually as genuine as she is. And you know what? If we get to the point where she is not doing it enough and it's consistent and she stops making this effort, then fine, push her. Like, she's a politician. Imagine some People's Party candidates siphoning votes from her, losing her seat to a Republican. I'd rather not. That sounds like an absolute nightmare. But when I hear everybody being like, "Oh, well, you simp for AOC," when you simp for her, I'm not simping. She's done her job. She has been a better congressperson than most of any of the politicians that I know, and I always focused on that mutual aid thing. Yeah, please do not primary AOC. I don't know. It gets me so frustrated. It gets me so frustrated when I'm seeing this stuff. That's another thing, Em. You're absolutely right. The fact that she was able to get in through grassroots organizing methods without taking any of the corporate funding, any of the corporate backing. She was able to present herself from that without taking money from lobbyists. Noam Chomsky should primary AOC. If we had someone as good as AOC in every single seat, do you know how swift all of these positions would come about? I agree, Google. I would prefer if he'd primary Nancy Pelosi. Pelosi's also only got like 2 years left. I can't imagine Pelosi existing for that much longer in terms of the political sphere. I can't imagine her maintaining power for much longer. But no, let's keep attacking Bernie and let's keep attacking AOC and let's keep attacking Ilhan Omar and let's just keep attacking the squad. You know, that's gonna help us all. Tudor, I hope you have a wonderful night and enjoy your meal. Did who just barely scrape by against a DSA candidate? Actually, that'd be worth checking out. I don't know. Let me let me check the details on that. Let's see. Oh no, she overwhelmingly won from what I'm seeing. I'm seeing 77% to 22%. Yeah. Unless I'm not looking at the right thing. She got like 281,000 votes to the other candidate's 81,000. How old is she anyway? She's 80. She's gonna retire soon. She was born in 1940. So yeah, whenever I see that type of crowd with Door and all of them attacking AOC, that's the clip I'm always reminded of. Old people need to just stop. Well, we don't need to be ageist either. Some old people are pretty based. I don't think being old automatically makes you... No, you're good. It's okay. Oh, we got some rainy weather. Let's see what's in the mail. Ice cream, yeah. It's okay, Lucid. You've just been subjected to the cancel culture mob who doesn't want you to speak your true opinions. You think the real problem people like Dora have with AOC is that she's too far left and they have to pretend like she's not? I honestly believe, and obviously, you know, this has to be proven, but I honestly believe that AOC, in a reality where she could be fully open about her perspectives and opinions, she's probably at the very least a socialist, if not a, you know, full-blown, like, communist by the end of the day. And I don't know where she stands on, like, all the other political stuff, but she's very much someone that I think is a lot further left than her position allows her to put out there. M says, I understand Lucid's point. A lot of older people who have power don't allow change, and some are disconnected with the realities of today. I agree with that perspective, right? Like, at the end of the day, there is still a power dynamic where a lot of the older people do present a lot of problematic perspectives. And they're disconnected. I just think that it's also... there's younger people there too. Like, I get the mentality, especially because a lot of the supporters for Trump were much older white men. But I think in terms of power structure and dynamics, there's far too many people across age spectrum that are still a problem, and I don't want to, like, focus on it just being old people, but I do get where you're both coming from. Google says the fact that she's focused on labor organizing at least speaks as much as party politics speaks volumes. True, I agree with you completely, Google. I don't think Door's actually on the right. Honestly, he's just dumb and he's manipulating other ignorant people into giving him money. I think it depends on what you mean by on the right. I mostly agree with what you have to say, Jay. Where I hesitate is I think that that perspective where he's just in it for the money by default kind of puts him right-leaning. If that makes sense. It wouldn't surprise me if Dor didn't really have any politics of his own. He's really uptight about the healthcare issue, though. Because it affected him personally and stole his wealth. He apparently had some serious medical issues, and my heart goes out to him on that, honestly. Like, I'm not trying to, like, make him feel like he should have had to pay all that he paid for his healthcare and his situation. The system's screwed up. We all want Medicare for all, right? Like, we're all sitting here coming from that same place. But I just feel like he's kind of got this perspective where it only affects him and bothers him because it's something that affected him personally and stole his wealth and status and money, and he wants that back. as opposed to genuinely caring about people and the issues. But that said, my heart does go out to him on the fact that he went through some serious stuff with healthcare. Like, I have to acknowledge that also, as much as I think his opinions grind us into the dirt. Spino head, Quetzal wings, and Mamo torso for a dragon. I'll have to make that. That sounds awesome. I'm just gonna get a bookshelf for the museum so I can put all the stuff down. Because the good thing about the Staxel universe is you can shrink things down to pocket size. Like a bed. You can carry it with you. I am not over Crystal Ball. I do not like Crystal Ball. There was a time I watched her, especially during the summer. Like, I really was watching her consistently for a while. And then I just noticed more and more her perspectives shifting towards defending, what's his face? Sager? And not really speaking from her own position. At all. Like, it stopped being like this. Like, I don't know if it was ever really a true left-right perspective thing. I always felt like Sager got more than Crystal Ball did. But there came a point where it just felt like she stopped putting out leftist perspectives at all. And it just became the Sager show with her basically being like, I pretty much agree with everything your populist perspective says. Do y'all want to see the moment that I feel like she also completely lost any respectability? Because the moment that she was like, you know what? I was promised a coup when the Trump election happened, like with Biden. That's when I lost all respectability for Crystal Ball. Like, I was already there and, like, I don't like her. But I think she just lost any value in that moment in time. There's that one image. There's that one image of her just talking. Now I kind of want to pull it up. Yeah, I'm gonna, if I can find it. Here it is. I was promised a coup. And she was downplaying. She was downplaying every one of the legal arguments that Trump was making and his administration was making. She was downplaying everything. And then, what happened? What did she think, that a coup was just going to happen, you know, instantly? That it was going to be something that, like, what does she think a coup looks like? Have a great night, Jalix. That was the moment that I lost any respectability for Crystal Ball. And, you know, she's condemning this thing that happened on the 6th. Now. But the way she laughed at people, you know? That's what really drove it home for me during that whole clip. I was promised a coup. It was so this and that. I could have dealt with her being like, I don't think this is an issue. I could have dealt with her coming out and saying, like, I think that this is overblown, and I could have accepted her being wrong. It's not so much her perspective, it's the way she laughed at people for it. It's the way that she felt like she was humiliating people. Oh no, I got you, Lucid. I heard. Well, I'll try to make it happen at some point with the things. Right now I'm just trying to get things on the shelf. Oh no, you're fine. Oh, the ones you listed were Animal Crossing? Oh, okay. You were clarifying. Did not pick up on that. I was too busy talking about the coup that we were promised. Remember that what for later, Kit. Oh, to make a dragon? Yeah. I think that's one of the things I love about this game, that it's just like this very, very beautiful combination of Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, and Minecraft. Like, you managed to take a lot of the best of all three of those games and merge them into one game. Yeah, well, the quests definitely keep you focused. They give you a goal to accomplish while you're doing the fun things, right? Cheaper than what? Is it cheaper than Minecraft? Is that what you're saying? Animal Crossing? Yeah. We'll have to set up some displays at some point. We are almost done with our fossils. 12 more to go. I think that's what it said, right? Yep, 12 more to go. All I know is I think I got Staxel in a Humble Bundle, so super cheap for me. And honestly, when I first streamed, I just picked the game that was like, this kind of looks like Minecraft. This could be fun. Let's enjoy this. It's kind of turned into a thing, and I'm kind of happy with it. Best bundle game ever? Yeah, for real. I've put so many hours into this since getting it. So I'm going to throw a question out to all of you in terms of the politics right now. You know, like, this has been a really exhausting week. There's been a lot that we've had to just process and think about and focus on. Where do you want to see a left movement focus right now? You know, I know that we're typically speaking, and I don't care if that's based in reality or based on, like, lofty ideals in the future. Where do you think we should be focused on to bring the most good to the most amount of people? Right now. Short-term goals, long-term goals, what type of plans or strategies do you think would be worth implementing either right now or striving for in the future? Like, obviously, we want the healthcare thing, we want all the other things. On organizing labor and developing a voting bloc that's able to win local elections. I can definitely sympathize with that, Google. I think having that kind of voting bloc, especially amongst a working class right now, is super important. It's always been the backbone of movements. Always. My question, though, becomes, how do we organize labor with it looking as different as it does right now from how it's ever looked? You know, I think I was actually having a conversation on the Discord with maybe Jalix about this, where I was talking about how basically, with the gig economy being the way it is, labor has never really looked as complicated and complex as it does. But we've never been more tied to each other in quite the same way as well. You know, people are hiring each other to do a lot of the things that we do, and we're running through intermediary companies to do it, but everyone's technically an independent contractor within all of these organizations. And I just wonder how it will manifest in terms of mixing the gig economy with restaurant workers, with everything else that occurs, like all the different jobs and positions. How will it look different compared to prior organization movements? Because I don't think our economy is in any way structured like it used to be. You know, it's not going to be like we merge all the people in the town in like a company store situation and get them to all, you know, unionize. It's not quite the same structure. I don't know if I'm making sense in that regard, but I see labor as looking very different than it ever has. And I'm just curious how we need to adapt our strategies for something like that. Sounds like syndicalism is a framework that might be useful for establishing a strategy. I agree. I think syndicalism is a place to start. For sure. You know, being able to get people into a place where workers can unite in that regard. Exactly, Google. We have to move beyond the idea of, like, workplace politics. If we're going to unionize or work together, it can't just be based on one organization or factory or situation anymore. I don't know if that ever really worked for us. I mean, it did on some regard, right? Like, it got people better wages in certain industries and stuff like that, but we need to organize on a more fundamental basis across the board. The 19th century, before contracts were really a thing, people had to stand in line every day to see if they would have a job in that day. That is absolutely true. That still happens. I will tell you that right now, that still happens. I don't know if during the pandemic it's happening as much as it did before it. But that still happens even outside of that. You'll often see people for contracting jobs and positions standing outside of, like, certain buildings or locations where they're trying to see whoever will hire them for that day. It still happens. But the gig economy definitely brings it into day laborers. The gig economy definitely brings it into that other direction as well. And the thing is we're all hiring each other for things. Like, I'm trying to think about how that functions. Theoretically, you can hire somebody through, say, Uber, right? Or Lyft to drive you someplace. And that person might pay someone else who has a YouTube channel with a Patreon, who might order from somebody who's basically making them deliveries through Instacart. And I'm just wondering if there's a way to cut the middle people out. Because in a lot of ways, how is that different from... And I'm just throwing some ideas out right now. Like, I don't have this all solidified. So if I'm off base in any way, you know, feel free to call me out on it. But isn't that basically what we're striving for in terms of mutual aid and working together and providing for each other? On some level? Except it's being run through middle people who are profiting off of it and harming us. In this instance, speaking specifically to Google/YouTube, Instacart itself as an organization, and Uber and Lyft. That the means of production are essentially the apps themselves. What I'm getting at, though, is that the idea of hiring each other... Excuse me, I just got some sediment for my tea. The apps already provide a system in which mutual aid is occurring through a financial transaction. What if we just cut out the middle people? And how could we implement that? I don't know if I'm making sense in that regard. A delivery co-op in Europe that's strong in France, that's taking on like Foodora and such. See, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like, can we cooperatize or even just completely subvert these systems in such a way? Because what's basically happening in the gig economy especially is we are hiring each other. And in the in-between, somebody's stealing the money. And I'm not saying the apps themselves aren't useful or aren't a form of a means of production or anything like that. I just think that maybe we need to seize the means of production in that way also. I feel like I'm here just for the cobblestone brick and for the blocks rather than being here for the stone at this point. Also, I forgot to bring pocket bed. Well, that was trippy. I just saw through everything. Also, I did not expect to be on portals today. But we're here. It's cool. Co-op cycles their name. I'll have to look into them. Unlocked metal grid block? That's cool. Whoa. What is this? What did I just find? There's a group that started up in the city next to yours. Is that a good thing? That sounds pretty awesome then. Yeah, I kind of am gonna reach the point where I need more tea soon also, so I hear you. Oh, intense platforming. Oh, no, failed. I kind of want to get up there. Like, it looks like it's leading me up. Tempting to start one of your own, like a co-op. That would be interesting, right? I wonder what the level of startup that would require is. God, I can't see what I'm doing right now. Oh. Wait, for real? I mean, that was an adventure. It would require getting all the most experienced riders from Foodora. They completely dominate the food delivery in my town. I mean, if you turn that all cooperative and everyone's sharing in the profit, that'd be absolutely awesome. Yeah, for sure. Like, I think that's a really important direction to look into. And it sounds like you've thought about it a lot. The problem is that Foodora is so big that they could make the deal really sweet for customers and restaurants, so we couldn't compete. And that's always the problem, right? When trying to overthrow capital in any sort of way that competes, they can always just throw you under the bus. They can always just be like, nope, you're not competing with me. Goodbye. They undersell you until you're out of business, until they have no competition again, and then that's another factor too, and you're absolutely right. One's personal energy is a precious resource that's overlooked and taken for granted. I'm really glad you pointed that out. You know, the whole point of us doing the things that we do on the left is supposed to be to make things easier for ourselves. You know, work hard now so we don't have to later. But we still have to remember self-care at the end of the day. We're still only human. We're still coming in this with a minimal, with a certain amount of spoons, as it were, right? Spoons is a great metaphor, and I'm glad I know it too, because it makes explaining things so much easier. What did I just hit? Oh. This feels like there's so much to do, such as Google's plan as an example. It requires so much energy to sow the ground of society and make something new and different. Yeah, it is difficult. You know, and it sucks that we're in the place where we have to even consider it, because, and I think people forget that when they look at a lot of activist work or trying to make change, when people try to make change, it's exhausting work. It is absolutely exhausting work. It's hard. We are not in easy mode. Which is why together is better, but together needs to mean that we build each other up. Absolutely true. Which is, I think, part of what I was getting at before, honestly. Talking about parts of the left that just are stabbing in the back. Like, you need the support and care of your fellow people. Well, Jay, I hope you have a great evening. Enjoy writing your book. If you don't mind and you have a second, would you mind sharing what your novel's about? Oh, I think we could all use for a bit of a light novel discussion, if you're up for sharing very quickly. If not, I understand. And I'm happy either way that you could come out and see this. I feel like I just got a really interesting idea for what to do with the house, and I don't know if I want to implement it. I was actually thinking of making like a spire type thing with the clouds, and making like a second floor to the house, but have it like spiral up from the roof, and like it'll be like a secret cloud base. But I'm just trying to think of how that would look or implement. Right? That's what I'm thinking. Also, how is that? There we go. I was like, how is that floating? My bridge. I have seized the bridge. It's my bridge now. It's a good thing bridges regrow in this environment. You know, every month a new bridge just grows naturally. You haven't gotten your elevator pitch down yet. Basically, a post-apocalypse where greedy governments accidentally destroyed the world during an arms race. That's your light novel? That's a really strong topic. I love it. I'm all for that, honestly. Jay, let me tell you what, when you get to a place where you actually write that, let me know, because I want to read that. That sounds awesome. And keep up the good work and, you know, do what you do with it. Yeah, I thought I missed you also. So, glad. It's way more juvenile than I made it sound, but I got you. Have a good night and enjoy writing it, and I still would love to read it if you ever complete it or want to share it. I don't know, that idea for a book sounded pretty awesome to me. So I am thinking that with all this cobblestone I just collected, I can create a little path for the house. Okay, I didn't mean to break my door. Hey, Base Cat. Base Cat, I'm trying to shovel. I have appropriated all this cobblestone. There we go. Oh, look at that. That's nice. Base Cat. Okay, we're just gonna fill in that later when Base Cat's done. Okay, there you go, Base Cat. You're hungry. Did you eat all your food already? Somewhat, somewhere, you think? Oh, Google. Still writing. Oh, what are you writing again? Oh, yeah, definitely. Please do. That sounds pretty cool. Also, I think I am going to take the bed. And I am going to go harvest more cloud. It sounds like a pretty neat premise, honestly. It keeps happening, Anarchus. Oh god, what does Oscar want? 3 times now I've swept the streets until they practically shone. But again, rubbish strewn everywhere. Do you still have your broom? Perhaps you could make up for the mud you track everywhere by cleaning this mess. Oh no. I need to rest my back. I think I'm closest with Oscar in the village because I keep talking to him because he keeps trying to, like, oppress people. And it feels very weird. In any case, I am going to go harvest more clouds. Also, this will probably be like the last day-ish, and I'll wrap up. Well, I hope you find it, Google, because that really sounds like something I'd love to read. That's actually not a bad idea, Em. Definitely something to consider. Well, Skylar, you have a great night. Thank you for coming by. We won't be going too much longer. Let's see, how do I want to get up there so I can really dig into the clouds. Trying to figure out how to best get up there. Over there. Okay. Yeah, that looks... Look how deep that goes. That is a vein of cloud right there. Here we go. That looks like a good spot. We'll just dig straight down from here, I guess. Let's see how long it takes us to hit clouds. Is this not a good spot for clouds? Or maybe that's a better spot for cloud over there. By that one tree. Yeah, like right here, maybe? Like, I don't know how deep we have to dig down to actually get to clouds. I wish I could glitch out and see that again. That was pretty useful. There were clouds down here. Ruh-roh. Is that cloud? Or is that... Yes, we hit cloud. There we go. We have made it. The cloud spire may happen after all. I think when I pocket bed after this, I'm gonna wrap up and end. Whenever the sleepy message comes up. So I hope you all had a good stream. I had a lot of fun. We didn't get to see the witch today. Yeah, a lot of new people too. And in the description below, I have listed all of the different ways to interact. You know, if you found me on Twitter or Discord, feel free to follow the other one. If you're in a place, definitely consider donating. I would appreciate it greatly. But definitely only if you're in a place to do so. And definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel if you just found us. Em, I'm glad you were able to do your work and feel chill in a chill context. For me personally, I'm glad I got to finally vent about that AOC clip, because, oof, I've been sitting on that one for a while. With some like-minded people. And Google, I definitely hope you find your writings. I kind of wonder if the developers took this into account as a viable method to build things. Just make everything out of clouds. I kind of want to turn the whole town into a cloud city now. Just replace the entire sidewalk and streets and everything with clouds. Make it look like we're all floating. It is so easy to get. I don't think the developers considered this. I literally, in this very short span of time, got over 600 blocks. And if I had a better shovel, it would go so much faster. Which items and events? Oh yeah, the fairy stuff also. I didn't do that in my game. Pink roof tiles for days. Like, you can literally harvest thousands of these clouds at a time. And most other events, if things just pop up, you could steal, and I think they just respawn like portals. Yeah. Lots of building blocks, then you don't have to pay for it. Just appropriate the means of production all the time. Wait, did I dig? Don't do that. I'm gonna load up the game next week and I'm gonna be like, where am I? Why am I in the middle of a bunch of clouds that is not my house? I wonder if somebody spent enough time if they could actually, like, tear this whole place down. Yeah, I live in this cloud now. This is my new house. Greetings, Zach. This is, Staxel. How are you today? If you fall into the void, you just spawn outside the portal. I'm doing pretty good. We were just wrapping up, actually. But, always glad to see a new face here. This, Staxel's kind of like a combination of Minecraft, Stardew Valley, and Animal Crossing. It's a lot of fun. And I stream it every Sunday, so if you happen to be available next Sunday, maybe you can come check it out. Yeah, no consequences for death. There's no dying in this game. I stream every Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time or 21 UTC. Whichever one is most helpful for you to figure out based on where you are at. And right now I'm just stealing a bunch of cloud blocks from one of the portal areas that regrows so I can build a secret tower or something above my house made of cloud. I don't know, I kind of like the idea of making like that spire or tower above the roof of the house with maybe like a cloud staircase leading up to it. Yeah, forget having a basement. I'm gonna have like a secret tower. Not so secret tower, actually. A floating tower. What am I talking about? It's gonna be like a sky base. I wonder what the maximum height actually is in Staxel. Lucid, do you know by any chance? Because I know we've tried digging down. Digging down doesn't work. But I wonder if there's like a maximum build height. I am probably going to get the sleepy message very soon. I've almost gotten 2,000 cloud blocks already. And there's the message. Pocket bed, do your thing. Everyone, thank you all for coming out. Hope to see you all next Sunday. It was lovely having you all. I feel like we had a lot of good conversations. We had a lot of good times. Good political discussions. Thank you again, everyone. I wish you all a wonderful night. If you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe, and definitely hope to see you all back next Sunday. My name is Anarchist Tara, and I hope you enjoyed watching.